Hey guys, it's been raining out here all day and I haven't got a chance to do anything outside. So I'm gonna head inside. I've been having a taste for some school pizza and I haven't had any of it since back in the 90s. So I think I'm gonna make some of that today. So come on inside. We're gonna make some cornbread peach cobbler and we're gonna make some high school pizza. And if you guys are new to the channel, I'm Mario and I live and travel full time in this 24-foot box truck conversion. And we're gonna get inside my apartment here and we're gonna cook in our residential kitchen. So let's get on in here. Well, Christina's in here somewhere, but I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna bake everything in here and we're gonna bake everything on the Bluetti, the Apex 300. I know right now it's around 70-something% charge, but we're gonna make our peach cobbler and we're gonna make our school pizza. Let me get everything out, I'll get everything ready, and then we're gonna start to cooking, but I have to get an extension cord to plug this thing in to the Bluetti over there. So give me 1 second. So I have the Apex 300 plugged in over here, and I'll go ahead and turn that on. The oven just turned on. Okay, so if you're living off grid and you need a power station, something to be able to cook with, run your air conditioner, this is pretty good. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna preheat this, preheat the oven, get that started. The oven's going. And that's gonna be for this beef right here. Some of us common folks, we got to use this tube of beef. We can't use the high quality stuff, so, and it's probably not the best quality, but it is what it is. So I'm going to use that. That's going to be for the school pizza. So I'm doing 2 things at once. I have the peaches right there. Put some of that evaporated milk on it. Since I already have some of this milk, I'll go ahead and use that, and an egg. So I'll just throw this on top. Let's get that in the oven, just in case it spills over. I put it on that pan. Sometimes living in a tiny place, well, a lot of times, everything's not always perfect. You're going to have things that are on the counters. You're going to have things that are over here, over there. It's just life. This isn't one of those Instagram builds where people don't really live in there. They don't have a bunch of stuff in their cabinets. They don't have clothes here. They don't have clothes there. We live here. So there may be some things on the counter. We're cooking. There may be some things on this counter, not counter, table. Maybe things on the table. There may be things on this counter. I'm cooking. and it is what it is. We're enjoying this lifestyle. We're in a box truck. We're not in a full-size house. So things aren't going to be perfect. You're not going to have just like you have at a brick and mortar house that has 2,000 square feet. We don't have that. We've got just a little square footage and probably around 2,000 square feet. So not 2,000, 200 square feet. I wish. But it is what it is. You just make the best of it. And, even like the situation with the light here, I use a battery charger, charge it up, and it's on my kitchen counter. It is what it is. It's not, things aren't perfect, I'm running an extension cord to this thing right here, to the toaster oven. So we can use the power from the Bluetti. And we're just living. We're enjoying life. Everything's not going to be super perfect. I've heard people I've saw people in the comments commenting about how much it's a mess or whatever it is. I don't care. I'm just living and I'm bringing you guys with me. The true people that want to hang out with me, you guys are here hanging out, and it is what it is. This is how we live. And after I finish cooking, then we'll clean up and we'll make the bed so we can go to bed, shower, and all that stuff. But to build a house inside of a box truck and straight up live here and be able to do everything you can do inside of your house, I'd say that's a win for me. The one thing I like about this dough is that it comes with parchment paper already attached to it. So you just roll this stuff out. Pretty sweet. And then you cut off whatever's excess. Hopefully this fits the Dollar Tree pan, because all we have is our toaster oven. And it might just be a little bit big, but yeah, it doesn't fit it all the way. So it's going to be a little bit, yeah, we're going to cut it down. Now we got this much extra dough left over, so it's going to be more than what the recipe called for, but it is what it is. We'll fold that out. There we go. We're at 62% using 1400 watts. This is done now. At least I believe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but I'm going to try it. Super hot. Oh yeah, that's super hot. Super hot. Oh, on my stove. We got it on the stove. All right. I'll give this a taste. Woo, man. That's serious right there. That ain't no joke. Oh my goodness. I know I'm diabetic and I'm not supposed to be eating this. Well, not that much of it at least. It doesn't have a bunch of extra sugar, just the syrup that comes in the can and the cornbread, but it's all right. Well, I can have some cake, just not the whole cake, And this is actually really, really good. Really, really good. Them big back people that came up with this recipe, man. When you use a whole jar, use a whole jar when you make the whole pizza. Oop. When you make the whole pizza crust, you use the whole jar, but I'm not using the whole crust, so I'm gonna save a little bit. So, high school pizza, ground beef. This is what does it right here. Gives you that. You just only need like a tablespoon. And it gives it that high school pizza sausage taste. Gives it sort of that earthy flavor. If you use all the whole dough, and you would go on with the whole 16 ounces of cheese. And for me, I'm going to cheese up my counter. I'm going to cheese up the pizza. I'm putting cheese everywhere. I always say you can never have too much cheese. And then we'll put a little on the top. Man, look at that pizza. My goodness. That thing looks good. I think I'm going to, well, I'm going to let this sit for a minute, and then I will slice that. Then we're going to sit down and we're going to eat it. We're going to see how it tastes, but I'm really excited about that. I do have the boiled eggs sitting in ice cold water. So we're going to make pickled eggs with those later, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But my main thing was getting this thing done. I just can't believe how good that looks. Man, that looks good. So I'm ready to eat, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean up a little bit over here. And yeah, I'm going to slice this up in a minute and then we'll sit down and eat. I have the extension cord running across the living room here, and the Bluetti's still going, and I believe we're right around 60%. And the oven is still going. I did put the cornbread peach cobbler back into the oven, but this stuff looks really, really good. So I'll let you know what it tastes like. She'll let you know what it tastes like, and we'll see. This is high school pizza or middle school pizza for dinner. That's pretty good. Almost tastes like sausage pizza, which is supposed to taste like sausage pizza, but it's pretty decent. What do you think? She said it's good. Can't believe high school pizza. You guys should look this recipe up, and you guys should definitely try this if you're missing that middle school or high school pizza. All right, guys, I know you don't want to sit here and just watch me eat. We're going to finish dinner. Then we have to get this thing cleaned up. I'll see you guys after dinner. Well, we're getting ready to clean everything up, and we got to get ready for bed. So let's get to cleaning up. All right, I'm about to get in the shower and get ready for bed, so I will see you guys after the shower. All right, I'm out the shower. I'm about to go to bed. It's getting late. And I will see you guys first thing in the morning. Good morning. We had a great night's sleep here last night. And we got to do some cleaning up. And I need to make coffee. So I'm going to time lapse all of this and then we'll have some coffee. She's got to get up. All right, well, let's clean up this mess we made here and turn this back into a living room and a clean box truck conversion. Time to get clean. Finally have everything cleaned up, and the Bluetti now is at 45% after cooking last night and charging up the phones. So we started at around 70% and then now 45%. That's pretty good for a beast like that machine. So I already have the water boiled. And I'm still using the same coffee that I've been using. And if you guys are new here to the channel, I've been using this coffee, Cafe Bustelo, for the last month or so. I've been using that, and I haven't switched back over to using the French press. I do have a French press machine. Haven't switched over to that yet, back to that yet, but I will eventually. Put a little more water in here. But yeah, that Bluetti is definitely a beast. If you need to cook with it, if you need to cook just camping or anything, even as a backup home generator, that thing is a beast. So I have the expansion battery on that as well, B500K, which is a 5120 watt hour battery. That thing's a beast, and I will put the link in the description. Here you go. You're welcome. Christina's coffee. So I will put the link in the description for that beast as well. If you guys are still here and you're still not subscribed yet, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and it helps the channel grow. And if you want to help the channel a little more, consider becoming a channel member, and it'll help us get a cup of coffee every month. And speaking of coffee, this Stanley Cup mug, I love this thing. Super great, keeps the coffee warm all day. I'll throw a link in the description for this as well below too, if you need a coffee mug. And speaking of Stanley, I do have another Stanley Cup, my green one, green machine. So let's give this coffee a taste. It's pretty good. And I have 0 sugar sweet cream in here as well. Some good stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to finish my coffee, sit back and enjoy it, and we're going to head out of here. We got some running around to do, and I'll see you guys on the next adventure.